Hi everyone, thanks for checking out my video today. I'm Lynn from Finds of Yesterday and I sell vintage and jewelry. And today we're talking 25 items that sold in January of 2022 that are my better items, and a wide mix of things like Halloween masks, Barbies. I did list a lot of jewelry this month, but the things that sold was a wide range, so I'm going to share them with you. Let's turn the camera around and don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, so let's get started. The ones that I chose are the top 25 for January of 2022. And I chose a wide variety of items and some of the better sales. I did have a lot more sales than this, and a lot of them were jewelry items that were $15 and under. So I kind of left a lot of them out, but this is a good mix of things that is across the board that I think a lot of people would like. So let's jump right into this first one, which is a Fright Light Frankenstein. I think it's from like the 80s. And I found this at an estate sale and I paid $5 for this, and I got several of them. This one sold for $43.99. I believe I sold another one for like $69, but this one was left, and I think I have one left that's a pumpkin, and it's not selling for as much, and it's been up for a while. So the profit on this one ended up being $34.56 after eBay's fees and shipping and ad fees. So the next one is a pencil Santa group. I put several of these together because I think a lot of these will sell for around $10 a piece, unless they're an extra special one or hand carved by an artist. They will sell for a lot more, but these are just kind of generic ones, general ones. I think one of them was signed here, Betty Price from 1992, and this one was by Nita, 1993. You always want to keep your eye out for these. I bought these all together for $2, and they ended up selling with shipping for $48.79. The actual selling price was the $35.99. I had a 20% off sale going on, and the profit on this one was $30.44. So they're definitely worth looking into when you buy them, and them were not extra special ones. This next one is bottle brushes, which we all know are worth something. You kind of have to know which ones are older, which ones have different bases. If they're too perfect and they're colored, a lot of times the wood base on these are different on the older ones. And the texture, you can see the frosting that was on this, or the snow. This is really hard, and these little berries are a sign that it's vintage. You want to pick these up. I found these in grab bags for $3, I think they were, in a gallon Ziploc, along with a whole bunch of other stuff. And overall, I paid about $4 for these 6. And they sold for $38.99. Their total was $44.09, and my profit after eBay fees and ad fees and shipping was $29.79. So definitely something you want to keep your eye out for. This next one, well, actually the next two are both artist necklaces that I bought at an estate sale, where this lady must have collected several different artists' jewelry, or she had a store that she sold this jewelry in, and I don't know why she ended up with it then. But this piece was a handmade piece by Jeff Lieb, and it sold for $119 with free shipping. And I sold this one on Poshmark, and my profit after Poshmark's fees was $67.74. So you definitely want to keep your eye out for artist-made necklaces. This other one is a different artist, is Joanne Brooks. Got it at the same estate sale for, I paid $25 a piece for both of these necklaces. This one sold for $75 on a best offer, and they paid shipping, so their total was $80.90. My profit on this was $41.69. This next one is some glass grape cluster ornaments. I'm pretty sure they're glass. I hesitate when I say that because I don't remember for sure. I don't think they were plastic, but I'm pretty sure they're glass. And because they're heavier than plastic. So anyway, I purchased these for $2 for the 6 of them. And there was actually several sets in this box. So I broke them up into 6 pieces. And this one sold for $29.99 on, I'm surprised it doesn't say best offer under here, but it did sell for $29.99. The total was $41.94. And the profit on this for me was $23.91. And again, I had like 3 sets of these. Some were burgundy and the rest were silver. So they're definitely something to keep an eye out for. I don't think plastic ones would do as well. So I believe that these were glass. You can kind of see it on this one. So anyway, going on. The next one is a Kenneth Cole women's trench coat. And this is a horrible picture. I had the worst time trying to get a good picture of this coat. I ended up bringing it outside and putting it against the white sided house. And it still is just, it's a terrible picture. It should have been up against black. Maybe I could have thrown a black piece of fabric up behind it or something. But anyway, it was brand new with the tags. I got it at a yard sale for $10 and they ended up paying $57.80 in total with shipping. And my profit was $29.47 after fees. This next one is a Barbie that I got in a lot at an auction. So I got several Barbies. So I paid about $20 for this one. I paid up on this lot just because of this particular Barbie. And I had researched it. That's the only way I knew because there's so many Barbies out there. I knew she was worth more and she sold for $88 on best offer. She actually sold once and the buyer never paid. So it went back up and sold again. And it didn't take very long to sell. I had it up in December and it sold here in January, the middle of January. So this one with the shipping was $102.75 and my profit was $56.94 on this. Barbies are definitely something to look into. Next one, hand painted wooden ornaments. Not all wood egg ornaments are worth getting because there's a lot of cheap ones out there you can find at dollar stores, but these are made in Germany. You really have to see the quality of them. These little hand carved ones. I threw this lot together just because when I broke it up into different sections, it didn't seem like there was very many eggs in each section. So I just decided to throw them all together and I put them up for, I want to say $39.99. And I took this best offer of $34. And I only paid $1 for these and a lot of other stuff at an estate sale. And the shipping and everything cost $44.90 for the buyer. And my profit on these was $31.70. So keep your eye out for wooden German items. The little decorative holiday items are great sellers. This next one is a Pier 1 Imports Capes jeweled Easter eggs. I found these at an estate sale, a bag full of them. I thought they were really pretty and I didn't think much of them until I got them home and I seen there's a sticker on them that said Pier 1. And yes, Pier 1 stuff is kind of expensive in the store, even though you can't buy anything from Pier 1 anymore. And I think that's why these sold for so much. I had to break them down into sections of 3, a total of 3 lots. And the 3 lots sold all together to one lady for $194.97. Plus she paid shipping. So it was $209.91 the total. And my profit on this was $168.19 because I only paid $3 for the bag of Easter stuff. And there was other stuff other than these eggs in there. So you definitely want to look through the seasonal stuff when you're at estate sales. This next one is a Kanawha amber glass. It's a swung glass vase. I think what they mean by swung glass is that they take the pole and they swing it back and forth to make the glass flow down like this. So this would be done upside down. And that's what gives it the name swung glass, I'm pretty sure. So this one's a moon and stars. You can see the little stars on there. This one ended up selling for $29.99. I paid $5 for it. They are all in at $40.64 with shipping. My profit on it was $21.31. And as you can see, this one is a little bit shorter than most of these that you see. They can be really tall, different colors you'll find these in too. So they're pretty good sellers. Next one is a mother of pearl hair combs. I bought a bag of, I don't want to, they weren't all vintage hair pieces, but a lot of the stuff in this was. These I broke down to about, I would say $2 for the set. And they ended up selling for a total of $34.64 with shipping. And my profit on these was $24.14. As you can see, they are mother of pearl, hand carved. Definitely vintage hair accessories is something to keep an eye out for. So next one is Avon. I do not buy Avon hardly ever, but this was at a flea market and I got a whole box of different Avon stuff, little soaps, and the soaps usually do fairly well. I still have some in my store that haven't been selling, so I can't say go out and look for them because they're just not fast sellers. Now these little Avon bottles, these girls were pretty fancy and they're all empty. They had perfume in them and I just thought I would give them a chance, and they ended up selling for $22.99 with shipping was $40.89, and my profit was $20.41 on these after shipping and fees. This next one is an Austria strawberry berry lucite brooch. Again, I've sold so many pieces of jewelry, but this one I wanted to bring up because this lucite material is definitely something that is sought after. People do like it. And you might want to look at the little berries when you see them out because they are worth something. This one's stamped Austria. It did sell for $44.99. With shipping was $49.69, and my profit on this was $38.14, and I only paid $1 for it. Swarovski is something you definitely want to pick up because just the name itself gives it quality. I bought I think 4 or 5 pieces of Swarovski musical instruments. And these are just gorgeous. The lady had them all stored in their original containers, and the foam that's inside these is wonderful. I wish I could find this type of foam. It's almost like Tempur-Pedic, like a mattress. I love the stuff. It's soft. It stays. You just have to see it. But anyway, this little harp here sold for $64.99 on best offer, and they are all in at $75.89. It took about 2 months to sell, and my profit on it was $46.89. I paid about $13 a piece for these, so I paid up a little bit more than I'm used to paying, but it was worth it in the end. Now this little guy I thought was very strange. It's a Galumpa Galot, and I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, but I did not know what he was when I seen him in a bin at a thrift store, but had to get him because he's just so different. I paid $3 for him, and he sold for $41.74 with shipping. My profit on this was $23.98. It did take about 8 months to sell, so it took longer than I thought, but it was worth the wait. This next one I put up on auction for a week and it didn't sell. I had it at $59.99, the starting price, and it just never, or maybe $49.99, and it just didn't get any bids on it. I ended up getting it for, I think, $1 or $2, maybe $3 at the most in an online auction. And it sold for the $64.99 on best offer, and they are all in at $75.69. My profit on this piece was $58.52. It did have a black base that goes with it that matches the rim, but it was not included in this one. Next one is a Rossini rooster. He's jeweled with Swarovski crystals all over him. I found this at an estate sale, and I think they only had $3 on him. You can tell he was quality. He's heavy, he stands up real nice, and he opens, and the inside is glazed, colored and glazed as well. So it's a really nice piece. This one sold for $95 on best offer, total of $109.95. My profit was $80.25. So definitely worth the purchase. Now the next three, I've told you in videos before that these Erzgebirge rabbits and Christmas ornaments are all worth something. And you're definitely wanting to pick them up when you see them, especially if you can get a really good price on them. So the next ones I've purchased for about $1 a piece at an estate sale. A lady had a collection, a large collection of these. And that's why I went there, because I seen it on the pictures, and I bought over $200 worth. And it doesn't sound like much, but they had them priced pretty reasonable. So these two little guys sold for $44.99, and then my profit on it was $35.52. This next one was a bath time one, and they're pastels. The pastel ones I don't see very often. You don't see them listed very much. Usually they're jewel tones like reds and blues and yellows and greens, but the pastel ones were different. So I think that's what helped them sell for more. This one sold for $39.99, and my profit was $32.53, the same as this one. This ended up selling for $39.99, and my profit was $32.53. These guys are only less than 3 inches tall. They're little, so you want to keep your eye out for them. This next one was another item I just really knew nothing about. Sushi Pack Takomaki Blue Octopus. Couldn't hardly find any listed, if at all. I don't think I seen any when I listed it. Now I had it marked over $100 because I didn't know anything about it. And I had done Terapeak research and found one, I think, from the past year that sold for over 100 and 150, somewhere in there. And I priced him at 149 because there was no other ones listed. And he ended up, I ended up having to come down on the price a couple times, as well as I did this on the other sites too, Poshmark and Mercari, but he just wasn't selling. And then I ended the listing and not relisted, I did sell similar. And it wasn't long after that, it sold on a best offer for $85. I just decided to accept it. But he was up since July of 2020, and my profit on this was $75.51 after shipping. We always want to keep an eye out for dimensions needlework kits, especially stocking ones. This one I had up for 7 months, and it normally sells for more, and I don't know why this one didn't. It's brand new, sealed, as you can see here. It's still sealed in the package, and I got some really lowball offers on it, and I didn't accept them, but I ended up sitting on it for a little while, and it did finally sell for $35 on a best offer. And they are all in at $40.85. My profit was $22.71 because I ended up paying $8 for it initially. Next one, I had bought several vintage hats from a yard sale one day. A young girl was selling her aunt's collection of vintage hats, and she kept them really nice. They were all in great shape. And this one I paid like 75 cents for, ended up selling for $34.99. They were all in at $44.44, and my profit was $32.19. And these will sell slowly, but they gradually sell one by one. So I always look into the nicer hats. The Don Post Scary Gorilla Werewolf Mask sold in January. Do not be afraid to put Halloween stuff up and Christmas stuff up in January because it still sells. I had this up though in July of last year, and it still didn't sell. I had lots of lowball offers on it. And this one I ended up selling for $40 on best offer. I only paid $1 for it in a box of Halloween stuff at a yard sale. but the name Don Post is something you want to keep an eye out for. Not all of his stuff sells hide, but this one was a thicker mask. It has depth to it. I don't know if you can see it on any of these pictures. Not really. You can see a little bit there, but it was a thick mask. It really nice made. Anyway, my profit was $28.13. So that is the top 25 that I had in sales for January of 2022. I hope that this helps you when you're out and about picking up items. And now you'll know what to look for if you see them, or to take a second glance at. So if you enjoyed this, please hit the like button and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.